want to come say hi? Come here.
Hello, welcome to my favorites of January 2023.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my favorite things, activities, products from January 2023. Cannot believe January is already gone by. But today we're going to talk about my favorite things that I had purchased, received, been gifted, everything like that. Anyway, today we're going to start talking about my favorite beauty products that I purchased this month and I tested throughout the month. Some of them I actually bought at the end of December, but then again, I feel like it's still part of the month, you know, when you try things for New Year's and then it just becomes the new month basically. So I'm going to start with my favorite haircare products from this month. We have a very recent release actually, which is the Olaplex dry shampoo. It's the number 4D, and this is basically the last addition to the Olaplex family, which is insane. It's really big. Like, it starts from, well, you can't really have the is it 1 and 2, I guess, but then again you can get number 3, which is probably one of the best sellers products, which is the hair repairing treatment, and then they have 4 and 5, which are shampoo and conditioner. 6, it's a cream that you put, like a styling cream that you put in your hair before your hair dryer, and then you've got 6 and then you've got number 0. That's the one that you spray on your hair before number 3, but then again I'm not really a fan of that one. And then, hang on, you have number 7, which is another one of my favorites, but I'll talk about that later, which is the oil. And then you have number 8 as well. Yeah, number 8 is the hair mask. And this is number 4D, which is one of the latest additions to the shampoo family. And I must say I'm a really big fan. I don't particularly have oily hair, but I tend to get like a very greasy fringe, because everyone with fringes, they know what the struggle is. And I get this part that's quite oily and down here as well sometimes. And this one is absolutely fantastic because it doesn't leave actually any white cast at all. Like, I thought it wasn't working at the beginning because it didn't have any color. Even if I sprayed so much on it, nothing was coming out. It just takes away all the shine, like the bad shine of the oily, and then you're supposed to leave it there for like 30 seconds or something like that, and then just massage it in a little bit and then just brush it off. I feel like it works incredibly well. It's very moisturizing as well. It doesn't leave your hair feeling heavy or white, or it changes the color, or it makes it too matte. It's on the expensive side, to be honest, but I want to see how many uses I can get out of this. But I always highly speak of Olaplex, so if you've tried it before, give this one a try. You can find it online or in Space NK everywhere in the UK. Another one of my favorites from Olaplex is actually the number 7 bonding oil. I love my hair oil because I feel like my ends get quite dry, but I don't like an oil that's very thick and it makes my hair greasy, which again is very hard to find. It looks really tiny, but literally 3 drops, that's all you need. And I'm talking about from the point of view of someone that has loads of hair. Like, this is loads of hair, and still 3-5 drops, that's all you need. These are all products that I have on right now, and I just love this one, 2 pieces. So yeah, and also this is heat resistant as well. And my last haircare product is actually Uway, I hope that's how you pronounce it. Woo! Shampoo. This is the detox shampoo. I don't dye my hair since it grew back, but I use some of the like colored hair masks just to give it a bit of a tint to it, just to brighten up the color a bit. And I feel like after a while that you use those masks, you get some deposit here at the end, and some of the strands are a bit darker, or they just look a bit like dead after a while. Not dead like you don't have health, but like the color is a bit weird. So I was looking forward to a detox shampoo, like a purifying shampoo that I can just use once a week to get all the gunk out of my hair or out of my scalp. and hopefully that would have helped. This one clearly did. Even just after the first time I used this, I have never felt my hair so light and airy, and it was so curly when I actually, before styling it. It just made my hair so nice, and it was squeaky clean, like, you know, when you get like the little squeak, but like squeaky in a good way. It wasn't dry, it was so good. Yes, so if you want one, this one is amazing if you have dry hair as well, because it doesn't dry them out. So please try it out, and it smells amazing as well. My next favorite beauty products are actually makeup products, and I don't really have that many like new makeup products from this month, because I have loads of makeup and I don't really feel like buying new products until I finish things up. So I finished my concealer, like my everyday use concealer, and I wanted something that I can use without foundation. I'm not really a big wearer of foundation, to be fair. I'm not wearing any right now, I'm just using concealer. And this one from Vive, it's the Modern Radiance Concealer. This is the lighter shade in Light 1. I'm very pale, so that's why. This concealer is amazing, because I used to use the Dior, I can't really remember the name, but it's the moisturizing one. And I just put some here around my nose, and here on my chin, and I just blend it out. I don't really have specific skin problems, so I'm just talking from my perspective. Of course, it probably won't work for everyone, but I feel like this one is very high coverage. It's very moisturizing as well. Not on the most moisturizing product I can use, but then again, I can use it without a powder for a more natural finish, and I don't need foundation. It's great. It's a great match. It feels great on my skin as well, and from a makeup artist as well point of view, I would highly recommend this one. It's not even that expensive, and you get so much in there. So yes, this is amazing. And the second one, it's from Rare Beauty. I love Rare Beauty so much. I'm a fan of Selena Gomez, I've always been, but then again, I wouldn't say good things about her makeup brand if I wasn't actually a fan of it. And she came out with a new little amazing pebbled looking highlighters. This is in the shade Enlighten, and let me show you. That's what it looks like. It's just so good. I have it on right now, I don't know if you can see. It's so natural looking, and let me just swatch it on my hand. Maybe you can just see a little bit here. It's so natural looking, so lightweight. It feels like you've got nothing on your skin. It doesn't clog your pores. I use it as an eyeshadow as well. That's what I have on my eyes right now. I use it in my inner corner. I use it on my cupid's bow. If I have too much powder, I just brush that one on, because it doesn't weight your skin down. It's such an amazing product, and I think she just got it so right with this brand, because it just looks like skin, and it's great. You can just build it up if you want something more powerful, but then again, these are so pigmented. This is a lighter shade they've got, and then they have a more pinkier shade and something more on the bronzy side for deeper skin tones. But yes, this is fantastic. My next favorite category is actually films. So the best films and TV series that I watched this month that I think are worth the watch, especially if you're looking for something new to watch. So best films I've seen this month. First place is probably Babylon, by Damien Chazelle. You might see my cat in the background, but yeah. I was a great fan of all these films. One of my favorite films of all times is La La Land, and I was expecting great things from this film, but not up till this level, especially because it's not really hyped and it's not really talked about. It was really snubbed by Oscars as well, Oscars nominations from this year as well, and I just cannot get why. It's one of the best films I've ever seen. It's so epic, it's big, it's just comic, but it's dramatic at the same time, and it makes you think about, everything that revolves around the Hollywood culture, the Hollywood film productions, and how actors are treated, how actors get discarded from their position just to make more money for the companies, and how production teams are and what life on set is like. Of course, this is a dramatization of it, but it's just epic. It's an experience. You really have to watch it. The performances are fantastic. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about the film is the score. Films by Damien Chazelle always have the best scores in the universe, according to me. And I feel like it just makes the whole experience even better. The ending of the film was just... It's just something else. I can't really describe it until you watched it. But I think it's just represents the love for cinematography and everything that's like, it's an homage to cinema. And if you love cinema and just going to the cinema, I would highly recommend watching it at the cinema because it's just so grand that you need to experience it. Yeah, so I'm really sad it wasn't nominated for the Oscars, but you know. But the second one that I'm going to talk about is actually one of the films that are nominated for Best Picture, and it's Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it's this wild story of this woman that actually finds out she has magic powers and she can travel through time and other universes and parallel dimensions. And it's not about magic though. That's the thing. It's not about magic, it's not about superpowers, but it's mainly about family and finding broken relationships between you and your loved ones, and you know, feeling lost in life and finding meaning again. It's funny, it's irreverent, it's out of this world, it's just weird, but it just makes me cry so much. But it was one of those good cries, like liberating cries, like, oh my goodness, I just need love and nothing else in this world to actually feel good. So I really hope that one is going to win. It's one of my probably top 3 films at the Oscars this year, so I really hope you watched it. If you've seen any of these films, please let me know because I'd love to talk about it, maybe in another video as well. For TV series, I actually just have one right now, and I feel like everyone and their moms are talking about this, but then again, I was so excited. I was waiting for this for a very long time. I'm talking about The Last of Us. Oh my goodness, that series, it's just TV at its peak. The story of this TV series is taken from a video game, which is very it's one of the most popular games from the last 10 years. And it's the story of this apocalyptic scenario where a virus took over and people are trying to thrive and to save themselves and to find meaning, especially in what their new kind of life is. That's the thing that I like about this story. It's not based on fighting the zombies and fighting this new virus, but it's character driven. It just shows how these characters are thriving and finding new relationships in the horror that's happening around them. And yes, I love it. I feel like every episode just makes me want more. And I adore the casting and how they turned it into a TV series. Because some things are different from the game if you've played it. I did, and I can see that some things are different, but the choices are amazing and they work so damn well. Yeah, so I'm always excited every Monday to just go on my TV and check them out. If you're in the UK, you can find it on Now TV. I'm not really sure where else. I usually just watch it on Now TV. But yeah, every Monday there's a new episode. I really hope it's never gonna end, but I know there's a second season coming soon. My next category is about activities that I've done this month, like new activity. This year I had one of my 2023 resolutions is choosing a different activity every week to try and find new things, new inspirations, and new hobbies possibly this year. So I tried bouldering, which is, I'm laughing because I'm literally the least athletic person in the world, but it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I was terrified at the beginning. As everyone with anxiety and panic attacks, we know that the thing that we're scared the most is losing control. So not having control of your body, not having, not being safe, not feeling safe. And I feel like at the beginning I was terrified, because the more I went up to reach the end of my climbing wall, I just felt like I was unstable, and if I fell, I would have hurt myself. And that's the same thing that I feel with all these new things. And that was my issue with roller skating as well. I'm just scared of falling, and I just can't pass that period, and I just can't pass that step where you're like, I know that I can fall, I have all the protections, but I'm scared of the moment between realizing I'm falling and actually falling and letting myself go to the fall. So I did it a couple of times, and after a while I realized how actually it is important to learn how to let go. And it's something that it's teaching me. The sport is just really nice, and I love the community, because I'm not good at any means. I'm still learning. I'm still on the easiest levels. But I like how everyone is not judgy. It doesn't feel like a gym. And the workout is amazing on your body, because you're having fun, but you don't realize how many muscles that you don't even realize you had are actually working. The next day, after the first time I tried it, my body was wrecked. But in a good way, that sort of like sore feeling that you're like, oh my goodness. It just felt really great. And it gave me a push to start exercising every day. Trying new things as well, in fact, I'm talking about another activity that's related to health and well-being, which is an app that I found on my iPhone. I got a new iPhone recently, and I never actually figured out that there was the option for the Fitness Plus training. And you can find that on any Apple device. I think it's more of a iPhone and Apple Watch feature. But it's basically a program that you subscribe to, but if you buy a new device, you have 3 months for free, which is what I'm on right now. And you have different kinds of training with these trainers that are talking to you through it, and they are so motivational, so positive, that it actually makes me want to go back to the gym and do more exercise, which is what actually happened. It's also linked to my Apple Watch that I have right here. There you go. And every time that I start one of the workouts on my phone, it connects automatically to this one. So it makes you more motivated to finish the workout, close those rings, the activity rings you've got on here. And it just records all your activities. And at the end of the month, it gives you a sort of motivational push again from next month to do more. And I think it's a great program. If you can't really afford like a PT or anything like that, please try to do it. It's very fun. It's super fun. And that brings me to the last activity, which is something still related to body and health, but a bit more specific to relaxation. I tried this new studio in London, a meditation studio. It's called Remind London. It's in Chelsea, in Chelsea and Belgravia. It's quite on the expensive side, but I've never felt anything like this. You book your class, which are usually something like 5 or 6 different classes every day, and they have many types of meditation and breath works. And I was a bit skeptic about meditation, because it doesn't work if I'm doing it by myself, or at least I cannot make it work. So I just tried it because I was very stressed last month. I just went in the studio. They gave me free tea with free refills. You go into this beautiful aesthetic room, so calm and relaxing with low lights. You have your own bed, your own covers. You have like a cushion to put under your knees for more support. They give you headbands, some essential oils just to have in your hands and around your neck. And it just feels so good. At the end of it, I was like completely out of it. I felt like I was on another planet, to be fair. It's so nice. So if you want to try something a bit, like fancy to treat yourself, I would really recommend trying it. It's really, really worth it. My last favorite category is like let's call it random category, because it doesn't really fit in anything, but it's just random things that are helping me with productivity, or just prizes that I got that I really enjoy. The first one on this list has to be a present that I gave myself at the beginning of the year, which was new acting headshots. Anyone who doesn't know, I'm an actor. I feel like last year was a very bad year for me, not acting wise, but just in general. And it was the year where I lost most motivation for these things, and I thought that I could never, kickstart my career again after the pandemic and everything that's been. But I found enough motivation to push me this year to get all new material, build it, send it to my agent to get more, auditions and things, and just thinking that I can actually make it and push myself to follow my dreams, even if I'm scared of it, because, age, money, all of that, we can all agree to that. And if there's any actors in my audience, please let me know. Also, if you'd like me to have a video just about being an actor in London, let me know. I'd love to talk about it. I can just guide you through my story and what I do and what I've done in the past. So yeah, my first favorite is actually my new acting headshots. I just put them around my face or in front of me as well if there's enough space. They're beautiful. I went to my favorite photographer that I always go to. He's called Andrew James. He's based here in London. And these just represent what I am and what I want from my roles from next year. I just currently wrapped my new showreel yesterday. I'm very excited to share the new scenes that I got. I want to get some more this year, but I started weekly acting classes as well, which is pushing me to, learn and practice more. And I can already feel it that it's going to be better this year. I just don't know. I just feel like the more you do, of course, the better it is. So yeah, these are my favorites so far because they're just me, absolutely me, and I feel like they look absolutely incredible. Yeah, and my favorite random, it's my new Kindle. I used to have a Kindle that was so old. It was basically the first Kindle that ever came out on Amazon. This is a Kindle Oasis. I got it from my partner on Christmas Day. This is it. It's got a very interesting shape because it's got this sort of handle that really helps you it just makes you feel like you're holding a book, and it's in metal. That's the only one that comes in metal. It's so thin, so lightweight, and it makes me love reading even more because it's just so handy, and it's a paper white as well. So let me show you. Oh, also you've got two buttons right here, and you can just flip it around, read it like that, and it's always going to be the first one at the top, page forward, and this is backwards. There we go. You've got a button, you just unblock, hang on. And this is the black and white version. You can regulate, you see here, brightness and warmth. It just becomes way warmer, way cooler if you go down here. And then you have the dark mode off, which looks exactly like a book, and it's just really handy. I always have it with me, and even if I still buy books, of course, because actual books, because that I just love it so much. I've got a collection here. I'm trying to build my own library, but I usually either buy or go on Kindle Unlimited that came with this one, so I get the Kindle version of the actual books as well, so I can just read this when I'm on the go. And it's really nice. One of my favorite things that I've got this year. Yeah. And related to books, but still not really books, we have two notebooks. These notebooks are from Papier. It's an online company that customizes your notebooks. So I've got one that's just my classic notebook. That is this one. So you can see you can choose from many designs here at the top, but then you can have a little customization here. In this case, on this design, I've got my first name and last name, and then you've got the name of the year and the name of the design here. You've got many sections, but it's mainly you've got a yearly plan, and then you have, this is really hard, sorry, and then you have a monthly overview, and then you have like the classic, section with month and days. It's very free, so you can just customize it as you want. And I really love it. It just makes me more productive every morning. I'm just logging in what I want to do, what I need to do, And since it looks really beautiful, I just leave it on my nightstand or on my coffee table in the kitchen, and I just remember always to pick it up when I'm having breakfast. And the second one that I got with it, it's actually this one. They call it wellness journal, but it's basically a journal to log in how you feel, your habits and everything. This is customized as well, because as you can see, there's my initials here, and you can write anything you want there. I just feel like this design was beautiful, and every page it's like this. So you have this is for the morning, this is for the evening. You have intentions for the day, how have you slept, how many hours you slept, your activities for the day, your self-care, your meals, so you can log in how much you eat and drink down there. This is like how today went, and this is just a little, you know, like a log for the day, if you could just want to write down how you felt, how you think the day went. And I think it's fantastic because it's a very easy way. I started with bullet journaling last year, but it just doesn't really work for me because it's a lot of work, and having, you know, like anxiety and being very messy, and I tend to forget loads of things. So this really helps me tracking down what I do, and it's a great thing if you're trying to help your mental health and healthy habits. So this was all for the favorites from January 2023. Let me know which one was your favorite, or if you want me to try anything new, and I'll see you in the next video. If you'd like this video, please subscribe and put a little like or a little comment down below, and welcome to the channel. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for following me. Bye!